that going, send that, do this, that, the other thing. Tell myself to be quiet over there. The one thing I didn't do. But it looks like it's okay. I'm just gonna knock it down just a touch. In terms of both. But that looks like it might be okay. Some very striking bleeps and bloops, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, that looks alright. So this is Beyond the Long Night. It's an interesting game I had sitting in my wish list for a while. There we go. Hey Eva, welcome to the thing you've encouraged to have happen, so we'll see how it plays out, shall we? Now it's worth noting, I've never played it myself, and I've not actually seen anyone play this. I just had it sitting in my wish list because it looked interesting. So this could easily backfire. This could blow up in my face so badly. But that's half the fun. Deep within the Dark Mountain, another explorer rests in a dimly lit grotto. Which vessel shall you be occupying on your journey tonight? Well, I guess I'll be occupying the only one I have. The long night stretches far before you. Our songs dance along the mountain trail in pure harmonic motion. Follow us unless you wish to dance forever. Oh, that's not ominous at all. I'm sure that's fine. Look at him just sleeping his life away. Back up. Okay, so we fly. And we throw things. Alright. That was one thing I was a little unclear of looking at it, was whether this was a flying game or whether it was platforming. Okay, looks like that extended our health, so that's probably good. I have an air dodge roll thing. Ah, it's meant to dodge the arrow. Got it. Yeet. Enjoy torch. Aha. Okay, so I've got a basic throw, and then I can also pick up things that are scattered around. That seems actually incredibly useful. So far, I'm definitely down with this. I was pretty sure I would be, but you never can be sure. Yeah, welcome, explorer. Planning a trip to the overworld, are we? Before you stands the Dark Mountain, a subterranean world full of monsters and treasures. And beyond that, far, far above this underground kingdom, a land not bound by walls or darkness. Skies stretching further than the eye can see. A place we call the overworld. It's there you seek a fuller life, yes? So what say ye, traveler? Are you ready for the long and dangerous road ahead? You bet. Oh yeah, that's the spirit. It sure does sound like an absolute hoot, doesn't it? I'm so glad my little pep talk gave you a boost. Everyone needs a little encouragement before they start the big journey upwards. It's not often I meet new explorers in this neck of the woods. At least I think you're new. Find it so difficult to remember these days. Well, anyways, the name's Pickles. I'll be mooching around this air noisemaker, ready to answer your questions. If I were the exploring type, and I wanted to find a place called the Overworld, I reckon I'd start by heading upwards, right? I mean, really, this basic concepts. You're gonna be doomed if you don't understand even something as simple as that. Hey, perhaps your map can guide you there. Oh yeah, we have one of those, huh? Well, that's actually a surprisingly detailed map, and there's a question mark right back where we started. Odd. Keep referring back to that map if you get lost down here. It's quite a ways to get to the overworld. You look like the sort that enjoys the journey, though. I might have a little something that could help you on your way. Take this. That superpower should help you fend off any beasties that get in your way. Well then, you best stop jabbering to me and get a move on. You don't have much time after all. What do you mean by I don't have much time? Discovered new superpower, Bulletstorm. Type superpower, unleash a barrage of high damage projectiles. You can only hold one superpower at a time. Recharge superpower ammo by shooting enemies. Okay, so if I press both buttons, I nuke the world from the sound of things. Based on those 2 meters up there, I presume. So I get 2 shots, I think. It also looks like we'll automatically get all the stuff from enemies if they're all dead. So that's useful as well. Let's go to the left first. Okay, so those shots curve a bit. I don't know if they tracked or if they just curved, but either way, it's worth noting. Now, it's worth noting as well that I did expend a fair bit of energy guesting on somebody else's show for Lethal Company earlier, so don't be surprised if this is only a couple hours today. But I had said I was going to do this today, so goddammit, I was going to make sure to get this in today. And I was excited to try this anyway. Looks like gems are purely currency. No matter what color gems they are, they all end up being the same. Ow, there's our first hit. From a trap I didn't realize was up there. Shocking how that works out, really. Looks like shooting in front of a trap will also set it off early, so I need to remember that. Oh, it's populated in here. Oh, boy. Apparently I found the popular place to be. And I'm definitely glad I opted for keyboard and mouse for this, because accurate fire seems to be the word of the day a bit in this game. Precise movement seems to be important too, but I can mostly work that with the keyboard. Okay. Things can get stuck, but I don't think them getting stuck mattered. Not really sure about that yet, though. The fact that spaces interact keeps messing with my head. And because I keep thinking that that'll be my roll button. But I'm not going to change it because I'm already starting on the process of adapting, so if I change it now, I'm just going to have to adapt all over again. Just make sure everything is working appropriately, though it looks like it is, but just in case. Yep, everything seems to be in good order. Very good. Wanted to make sure that the other time when I tabbed away, the capture didn't end up freezing or anything. Okay, those are thorns that hurt. And it doesn't seem like I can destroy them. But maybe I can burn them with a torch. Haha! When in doubt, burn your problems away with fire. Okay, I got the heart I lost to the thorns back, so that really was not the most productive of moves, but at least we didn't lose anything permanently. These inflating bees confuse me. Mostly the fact that they also shoot, and I keep not realizing that until I'm shot in the face suddenly. Which is, you know, not ideal. I really do like the fact that you can trigger the traps by firing past them, though. That's actually kind of nice. The walls are shaking. Deep below the dark mountain, something awakens. Well, that's not great. That seems less than ideal. Things like that awakening usually means I'm gonna get eaten by something awful. Oh, it automatically did the thing. Ow. Interesting thought there. Interesting thought. I do want the box that's there too, but let's get this one first. Son of a bitch. Come on. Did that on purpose, so I'd have more time with this trap out of the way. Okay, so we got our health back. Okay, rolling has no iframes, right. So, something I should have addressed immediately. Over here in options, there's accessibility. I was presented with two presets, easy, I believe it was called, and hard. I went with hard because in easy you do bonus damage, you have a higher starting health, you have iframes on your dodge, enemy bullet speed and regular speed are lower, the storm spread rate is lower, and you start with money. This seemed like the intended difficulty since everything was at 100%. If this kicks my ass too hard, we'll go ahead and try the other preset, and if that's too easy, we'll fiddle it around and get ourselves a middle ground. I appreciate that it's got a lot of modifier options so you can actually adjust it to suit yourself instead of it being, nope, it's hard mode, fuck you. That's always nice to see in these kind of games. Having the option to control your own fate. Because if I had to hazard a guess, I'm probably going to want to turn the storm movement speed down just because of the fact that I dislike being on a timer. So if that's too strict a timer, I may change that. If nothing else, just to make things more interesting for stream, so I'm not running away from every room I could possibly be looking at. But it depends on how it works, too. We still haven't seen that yet. You see 3 stones within the monument. Company, shield, or firestone. For the company! I chose the company stone. Nothing there tells me what it does. Oh, it's just a friend, I guess. I just have a little helicopter man flying around behind me now. Okay. Ordinarily, I would have taken the Firestone, but it made more sense to grab the Company Stone, having just played Lethal Company earlier. Groot is also an option there, yeah, it's got some Groot energy. Yep. Rude. Oh, I just had to wait for it to hit it a couple times. Okay. I was like, it doesn't seem to be doing the thing, so what am I missing? Discovered new upgrade, Bodyguard level 1. Type Buddy. Buddy generates a shield that will block enemy bullets. Upgrade effects are stackable. Neat. So now my little helicopter friend is a shield. He will give his life for mine, probably. I like the fact that he holds onto his hat when he's flying downwards as well. Little animation touches. I keep pointing them out. It's always a big thing. Despite the fact that the touches are little, the results are big. I need to remember that I have a range limit. Looks like our little option friend does shoot as well, so that's helpful. I don't know why that room's red now, but I don't like that. I don't think it was red before. I wonder if the traps can hurt enemies too or not. We'll need to figure that out. Looks like we gotta go all the way around to go up any further. Let's go to the right first, since it looks like that's disconnected, at least from the part of the map we can see. Fuck you, crab. There's only one crab. That is me. Even though I'm not a crab, that doesn't mean other things are allowed anyway. The question marks seem to be the interesting things, but that's not a surprise. Did I just pick up a bird? I sure did. I'm just carrying a bird around. Go forth, bird. That... You know, I'm not sure what that did. Oh. Toot toot. Woohoo! What a sumptuous treat for the ear holes. That was a mighty fine tune I heard tweeted from here. Why, I'd never guessed such a delicate bird song could be performed by a huge, gangly, lumbering being such as yourself. Let's be it wasn't performed by me, I just made someone do it. Oh, my manners, how they've scarpered. Let me introduce myself. I am a wanderer, you see. I've been wandering the Dark Mountain for many nights now. All good, Nimble, thank you. I yearn to bask in the harmonies and resonances of this underground kingdom. And you, my little treasure, you have some of the finest vocal pipes I've ever heard tooted. Why, you're an inspiration. Let me up to mark this fine meeting of two musical maestros. Now then, perhaps there's something I may do for you. I've picked up many things on my travels. Perhaps one or two items may take your fancy. And of course, we don't know what any of these things do yet. We can tell that these are similar to the shield effect we picked up before because they have the same symbol, so presumably they're buddy-related effects. I don't know what this means yet. Bombs are also tempting, but let's take the most expensive thing we can get and the thing that isn't connected to something we already understand. Toxic bullet damage. When an enemy takes damage from your bullets, poisoned enemies will also take damage. That implies that, say I poison an enemy and then I shoot his friend, that implies that the guy that's poisoned also gets hit. Absolutely. Safe travels getting home, Tiny. Okay, so those are bullet upgrades that have the 4 red cones coming out of them. Gotcha. And he's just down there having a great time now. I ran into the thorns because I was too busy looking where I was shooting, not where I was going. It's interesting how those guys destroy themselves on the walls as well. Alright, good thing I have a bunch of torches on hand. Eat. Burning away my problems, one ember at a time. Ooh. Discovered new upgrade, Barricade. Type bullet. Enemy bullets can be shot down, triggering an explosion. Barricade's effect is not applied to new bullets for a short period of time after it triggers. So I can shoot their shots down. That is going to be huge. I'm already liking the option diversity that's going on here. And the fact that it has a pretty significant effect on how my bullets look too, because you'll notice they've got that like barrier around them now. Huh. So this is interesting. I have to hit the one down and left of the door on the right, but also have the doorway be open. And during all of that, I have to somehow make my way over here before this door shuts. I feel like this might be something that needs an ability that I do not possess, but I will experiment. Yeah, I also have a range limitation, so I can't do anything too crazy. I don't know if I could get crushed to death, but I would really rather not find out. Yeah, no, in the time it takes me to just even get out of there, it shuts already. So I think this is a no-go at the moment. Because I can't, like, command my little follower to fly in there for me or anything. Otherwise, I'd have him park next to the button and just keep hitting it for me. I do wonder if there's anything pertaining to the balloons we have around us, because you'll notice 2 of them are a different color. I wonder why. Like, I don't know if there's a significance to that, or if it's just, you know, they just gave you a couple different colored balloons for it to look different. I'd almost think it was pertaining to our health, but then I would figure there'd be more than one that's... Actually, no, there'd only be one that would be a different color at all, considering we're only missing 1 heart. I don't know. I am not yet sure what any of this means. All I know is I fly and I shoot. And I usually shoot fly. Shoo fly, you bother me. I'm still not entirely sure how poison works, because, like, I'll hit that guy, and then I'll go hit this one, and it's not doing damage to him, but he also wasn't, like, taking damage over time? So maybe it just does more damage to an enemy I've already poisoned? Like, if I hit the guy that is poisoned, it does extra damage or something? That's the only other thing I could think of that would make any sense at all for how that works. Ow. This is what I get for looking down for a split second. Ow. That time I just completely didn't see it. The amount of interactions in this game is wild. I feel like people will be upset if I don't take the weird mustache. Burning Buddy. Buddy attacks now cause burning damage. Enemies burn for longer when hit by buddy attacks. Neat. I really gotta be more attentive to where these traps are. That's gonna be what kills me. We've lost, I think, all of our health to traps and thorns so far. I don't think an enemy has hit me yet. Wait. Okay. It almost looked like I broke a piece off of the spikes. Because you'll notice where this one's lower than the others. I ended up shooting that spot, so I thought I broke a chunk off the spikes, and I'm like, huh, interesting. That would be very weird and new. Sadly, it's not actually the way that works. Of course, it's the door on the opposite side. Why wouldn't it be the door on the opposite side? Okay, that's the same one, and this, I presume... He said this, I presume, opens... This opens the other one. Yes, okay. We'll come back for that idea later, then. This was the correct choice to go to first. Discovered new upgrade. Fire rate up. If you can't figure out what this does, I don't know what to tell you. I would have loved it to be my own fire rate, but my little buddy is very slow to shoot, so it's probably not the worst thing for him to have a fire rate upgrade. He probably needs it. I can't help but notice... Yeah, I think our balloons are relating to our health, just not necessarily the way I thought they did. Because now that we're low on health, we do have less balloons. Doesn't seem like it affects our flight speed or anything, so I don't know how much it matters. It might just be an easy visual indicator that you're low on health. Just need to scratch my eye right quick, so give me a sec. I don't know why that one... Oh, that's why he was blue. He was a different type. We had like a spread shot on death unlike the other guys. Wakey wakey. Whoa there! Stop! You're not traveling to the overworld, are you? I'm under strict instructions not to be letting any explorer types through. Pesky little critters are always trying to scurry past us guardians and escape the underground. Silly explorers, don't they know how spooky the path upwards is? First you have to travel through the Forbidden Temple, then shiver your way up Hope's Peak. Then finally the Sanctuary. Nobody's allowed up there. Ugh. Yikes. And we Guardians are sworn to protect the Sanctuary, to protect the Dark Mountain from anyone trying to shimmy into the overworld and bring destruction to us all. Now then, no slippery lies. Are you an explorer? Not me, no explorers here. Phew, well that's a relief. I'm no good with conflict. Sure has made this security job way more difficult than it needs to be. The Forbidden Temple's up ahead. Forbidden Cause, you're not supposed to go there, I guess. Oh, it's a fine threat. Do enjoy meandering around and taking in the wonderful architecture. But no exploring. Exploring is banned, remember? I don't know. Fly around with your eyes shut, maybe? Yeah, eyes shut. Yeah. Well, he's a great guard now, isn't he? But don't worry, we're not exploring up there. Or anywhere. I'm just going this way. Good evening to you, trespasser. Come to marvel at me motivational animals, have we? Best pick me up in the Dark Mountain when your dumps be getting down. Well, I'm afraid you'll be keeping them dumps of yours for now. Farm's fallen on hard times lately. You see them magnificent creatures over there? They got words that'll turn the even saddest soul into a beaming barrel of joy. But lately they've been getting all cranky, start to refuse to speak to outsiders. Say they're all sick of being cooped up here or something. Usually they're very complimentary beings, but some of the things that have popped out of their mouths lately, why, it's utter filth, I tell you. I were thinking of sprucing up this farm a bit, give them a little party to lift their spirits. I'd convince them to stick around here. But I need to give them some shiny stones, you see, and I can't be leaving here. Wouldn't trust him not to make a run for it, and that'd ruin this entire operation. I'm just short of affording this. Donate 1,000 to support the cows in need or stare blankly. Yeah, I know. Proper pickle, innit? Run along now before one of them tries to lampoon you. I haven't heard lampoon used in that context in a while. Can't help but notice the cows are guarding treasure, though. Oi. Hey. Hey. Open up. I'm gonna set your pen on fire. Well, that didn't work. What? No, I didn't try to set your cows on fire. No, not me. I died to a bouncing corpse because I didn't realize those would still do damage. Noted. We learned something here today. On rebound, they will still hurt. So we got 4 stories unfolding. Ah, so the weird, like, shuriken thing is passives, and starburst is superpower upgrades. Okay. And you can either look at all your stuff, or you can just go straight in again. We sure do have unfinished business. Still, half hour before first death. That's actually longer than I thought it would take. I figured I would have, like, immediate death at least once. That's not to say it won't happen now. Round and round we dance intertwined, a cycle together, forever captured in each other's orbit. The dark mountain beckons once more into the long night. We have a different set of colors to our balloons again. Yeah, welcome back, Explorer. Planning another trip to the overworld, are we? Hey, don't fret about not reaching it your first time around. There ain't a rush, really. Not when you live forever, at least. Now then, what can I do for you? Yeah, no, that's a good question. Oh, well, that sure is interesting. I mean, about you not knowing about the cycle, not that your death is inherently interesting. We all done that a few times now. Wait, that came out wrong, too. Yeah, makes quite the dramatic end to a peaceful flight through the mountain, right? You best be getting used to that feeling. I'm sure you'll be taking it in stride soon enough. Now then, what can I do for you? Oh, sure, I still have a few of these knocking around. No bananas, I'm sure. You should use that liberally, you know. It'll help you really get past those beasties. Discovered new superpower, shield generator. Generate a shield that wears off after a short period of time. Recharging your superpower will extend the life of the shield. You can only hold one superpower at a time. Recharge it by shooting enemies, which we learned before. But I want more health. I can strap it onto the line. There's plenty of room. Dang it. Looks like we mostly have, like, modular rooms and then variations of those modules. Yeah, you know, I think you would think I would have learned from the last one. Open up. Ow, my face. Maybe if I hadn't planted my forehead into the wall, maybe we would have gotten there in time. Phew. Good news, you can't get crushed, it seems. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Worth noting, by the way, another one of the settings, one that I did change as soon as these finish spinning. Over here in video, the enemies have a variety of highlight colors, so whichever one is the easiest for you to see is probably the one you want. It started out on having them white outlines. I gave them red outlines just so I could be sure that they're enemies when I see them. It's easier for my brain to process. I don't have my pile of torches anymore, so I can't burn into there yet. I don't really know if you can count a torch as a new equipable item in their game. I've had many a torch at this point. There we go. Let's go burn that thing that needs burning, shall we? And ideally don't get shot for it. Getting shot for doing this would be a problem. Golden Chalice. Discovered new superpower, short-lived immortality. Become immune for a short period of time. While this effect is active, your bullets are additionally affected by your superpower upgrades. Neat. I do think I like that better than the shield generator. Considering it at least also benefits our bullets in some way. There we go. It's a little weird how those just keep orbiting. Oh boy. This is a very tight space to be fighting something like that. It is not ideal. Thank you for the gifted sub there, Pazzy. Much appreciated. How you doing, buddy? Don't mind me as I burn everything. Everything is fine. Oh yeah, I guess I could bypass the puzzle basically by burning that open. Okay. And yeah, oof is an understandable response to that question lately. An unfortunate one, but an understandable one. But hopefully you're almost done for the day, if you aren't already. Everything is shaky. Hell yeah. The walls are shaking. Yep, we knew all that already. Bunch of question marks this way. Let's go this way first. Ah, right. I can't afford stare. Winning this staring contest feels unlikely, but you feel good about the quality time you're having with this inanimate object. Oof. Joke's on you, I'm stealing your torches. Aha! You can't chase me! Goodbye! I was too focused on the everything else on the screen, didn't see that trap there. Eep, beep, 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 beep. Well, yeah, it hasn't been up that long, but hey, kitty. Or I suppose hello again, considering we were talking not too long ago. Yeah, I wanted to do this and I had energy left, so I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this. Burn it all. Yee. Jesus Kringle Pazzy. Or on some day is Jesus Krampus Pazzy. Which is harder than you'd expect to say. Ooh, discovered new upgrade. Healthy recharge, level 1. Recharge your superpower when gaining health. Overall recharge rate is increased when at full health. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that it would be a health regeneration ability, not a get superpower back when regenerating, but that's still useful. Now, if only I fully figured out how to actually use superpowers properly, that would be grand. Because it sounded like it just said that it was just click both mouse buttons and hold them, but it didn't seem like that was working. Ah, it's hold middle mouse. It could have been either with the way they showed it, so I had to figure that out. E.T.'s balloon. Whoa, whoa, almost forgot about the traps again. Don't mind me. Coming through. Danger, danger. Whoa. Ow. What did I just say about danger? Right, that it's everywhere. Accurate. Curse your bullets blocking my bullets instead of the other way around now. There we go. Give me that. Fly, little crab, fly. Die, little bug, die. This is a strange little game so far. But hopefully all the audio and everything's set up proper. This one was kind of thrown together at the last minute, so I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little off. Wow, those close fast. I have a plan. Damn it. The plan involves getting back down in there again, though. Yes, that worked. Discovered new upgrade. Double superpower. After using your superpower, you can use it again for a short period of time without consuming any superpower charge. That seems ridiculous, considering our superpower is currently temporary invincibility. Praise be. Should go get that health now that I have a spot for it. Let's see, both these areas have a lower section to them. Oh, something doesn't feel right. Well, could it be the fact that everything's glowing an eerie, concerning red? That probably has something to do with it, doesn't it? A red storm is raging. It feels dangerous. You'll take damage here. Journal updated. Well, nothing to do here. Goodbye. Oh, wow, it is glowing really strong in there. Well. Didn't see anything. I was never there. Got a hell of a hook on that shot. Whoa. Nope, 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 nope. mind me as I continue to stockpile more torches. Everything is fine. They are not going to be used for nefarious purposes at all. Not in the slightest. Nefarious purposes like burning this crab to death. I keep forgetting they have that curve. I'm like, oh yeah, that shot's gonna pass me by, it's fine. Then it just ever so slightly pivots right into my forehead. There's a lot going on here. But I suppose that's why they keep telling me, hey, you should use those superpowers you got. Might be a good idea. I got a bird. Putting the bird in my pocket. I'm past the point of questioning putting a weird little bird in my pocket. Okay, there's a kid with a propeller hat. I don't know what I expected. Are you the guardian of the well? Yeah, Tiny, burn it all. Just gonna point at this and say that the voice is very fitting already. Hey there, Splur. I made it up a cool new game. Want to play the cool new game? It's so cool. If it makes you shut up, sure. Great. It's so amazing that you want to play the cool game. You must feel so hip. Hold on to your butt, Splur. The game is... Where's me boat? Where's me boat? Oh, where'd that boat go? Sneaky boat. Riddle me this. Is the boat in my left hand or my right hand? Well, your right hand's on your hat right now. So I'm gonna say left. Wrong. No way, lame-o. Guess again. Tiny, no. Ha! Open your eyes. I haven't got any boats in any of my hands, you big dum-dum. And that be one more win for this legend right here. Aw, yeah. You little shit. I love win. By the way, wanna help me find my boat? No. I lost it down that well over there when I accidentally chucked it in. Get it out, I'm gonna need your shiny stones. I think if you give me shiny stones, I'm a very good cause. Found some pretty sweet stuff. You can have the stuff, but only for shiny stones. Okay, you're a shop. You've become immediately more acceptable. Your existence is less likely to be purged now. Body Slam, level 1. Dodge attack that deals damage to enemies that you touch. Hold the dodge button to charge, then release the dodge button to perform. You're immune to damage during the attack. Neat. Well, throw all those down the well, huh? Also, I don't mean to alarm you, child, but your whole field's on fire now. Bye. Nothing bad happened. It's for the good of the world that he burns. That's the farmer again. Cows be still off limits, I'm afraid. Still saving up me shiny stones to throw that party for him. Could use some of yours if you're offering. Nah. I know. Fuck you and your cows. You were too expensive. If you had gotten to me before that kid offered me power-ups, though, maybe you would have gotten them. Wow, that is a lot more of an effect for Body Slam than I expected. That is excessive, and I'm here for it. I need to see how much damage this does. Oh, there's a storm brewing down there, so we're definitely not turning around. Ow. Wham! You. Fuck you. I just have the power to chuck my enemies with my body now. I might not be shooting much anymore. I can just body check people across the ages. Eh, 500 for these. Staring contest with the statue. I am poor. I am stealing your torches, though. No one is allowed to have light but me. Unless it's a lantern, because I can't steal those. We do have one slight complication now, and it's because the storm is now covering basically the entire path I have to take. So, you know, that's bad. There is a heal over there, but getting back there before the storm extends past this whole area is unlikely. So I'm just going to tank the damage and hope for the best. Burn faster, please. Ow. Or it's just not going to burn and I'm going to die here. So this was a bad plan. Yep, this was a very bad plan. Up goes the explorer. So remember when I said I might turn the storm expansion speed down? Maybe we will, because I am too nosy for my own good at this stage of the game. I don't know where is important and isn't important yet. And that storm seems rather punishing, considering deep below the dark mountain, a red rage blows beyond its realm. Power to separate body from soul. Power to alter faces of stone. The dark mountain beckons once more into the long night. Wakey wakey, let's go. I don't have body slam anymore, which makes me sad. Still not made it to the overworld yet? Hey, don't look so glum. You'll make it there eventually, I'm sure of it. You know, you don't always have to take the quickest path up, right? Sometimes the road less travels can reap unexpected rewards. It's not all about getting there in a big old rush now, is it? Enjoy the journey. Now then, what can I do for you? I died in red stuff. Why yes, all of us down here do, every night without fail. It sweeps through the underground, destroying everything it touches. And then, before you know it, poof, we're all back, starting again like nothing ever happened. It's just part of life down here, you know? I'm sure there's worse things than constant, unstoppable cosmic force that separates your soul from your body every night. Not sure about that one, buddy. The long night, that's what we call it. Trapped in this underground kingdom, reincarnated over and over again. I thought that's why you explorer and types wanted to go to the overworld, right? Be free to escape the cycle. Now then, what can I do for you? Got any more of those superpowers under your hat? Another new one. Stun explosion. Close range superpower that stuns nearby enemies. After waking up, the enemy cannot be stunned again for a short period of time. Neat. That is a much bigger explosion than I expected when it was called a short range superpower. You know what it unfortunately won't do, though, probably? Stun traps. And you know what keeps killing me? Traps. Funny how that works. I really need to remember that I can just shoot in front of a trap and then the trap will go off and I don't have to worry about it for a little while. Taking this. I didn't need to fly in front of a trap to get a torch, but you know what? I wanted it. All torches must be mine. I have decided that that's a rule for me now, is I must steal every torch I see. Only I may burn things. Okay, so I still have the knockback even without body slam. I totally may or may not have forgotten that I already lost body slam that quickly. For just a second there. Like, I'm gonna hit him with my body. Wham! Ow, I died. I took damage. Why? The pain of impact. He was the only one supposed to suffer it. Face the bombardment of basic bullets. I don't have enough for him. Ow, my face. You know what I sure do have enough of? Arrows lodged in my forehead. I probably have too many of those. I think I've lost a couple brain cells at this point. Oh well, I didn't need those anyway. What was I using them for, flying around like an idiot, strung on a pair of balloons, trying to escape the underworld? Discovered new upgrade. Random bullets. Increase the level of a random bullet upgrade. If there are none available, gain a random bullet upgrade instead. New upgrade available. Oh, turbulence. When increased fire rate when shooting, bullet path becomes wonky. Oh no. Well, so that's how my bullets shoot now. So that's great. Nothing could possibly go wrong from a shot type like that, right? I won't just manage to shoot right around my target. Nope. Not in the slightest. Everything will be perfectly fine. Discovered new upgrade. Spirit dodge. You can dodge through enemies and bullets without taking damage. Any enemies dodged through will take damage. The spirit dodge has a short cooldown before it can be used again. Neat. Hello, cultist looking man. Oh, are you the curious type too? Can you sense the power in this place? Gosh, to think my pilgrimage is so complete. It feels as if I've been exploring the Dark Mountains for so long, wandering down the long and winding trail. But do you really think this could be the place? Sarah's resting grounds, the Eye of the Storm. What an honor to finally be in their presence. Could you point me the way out of here, away from you, ideally? Oh, why yes, it lies beyond the sanctuary at the highest point of the Dark Mountain. But you know there's no going there, right? If you were to try and cross the barrier to enter the overworld above us, well, best not to think about the consequences. We're both the curious type, I suppose. The mountain can be a dark and unforgiving place. Perhaps I can guide you to the Forbidden Temple. Though I must beg you, do not try to enter the sanctuary or the overworld above. There are forces above who would not defend the path lightly. Thank you for updating my map. Now I will never speak to you again. Goodbye. Specifically triggering things like the levers and such are going to be where this curve shot's going to be a nightmare. Case in point, as the shot goes around where I needed it to go. We do seem to have increased range from it, though, so there's a benefit to it. And at least it's like a constant curve. It's not like, oh, hey, your shots just go random angles and random everything. Goddamn trees. Oh, there goes the storm. Storm clouds arise in darkened day. Now, the problem is it looks like unless this connects up, we might be getting cut off from getting up here again, which is going to be upsetting. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Burn for your sin. Your sin being in my way. I got a friend. Come on, open up. You know, I said I was worried about getting up there, and then I immediately disregarded that concept and ran off this way. Yeah, I remember. Give me a fancy rock. Let's take the Firestone this time. Give me some tires. Discovered new upgrade. Smelly Buddy. Your buddy will leave behind a trail of toxic flammable gas behind them. Enemies who enter the toxic gas will be poisoned. Note the fact that it said flammable. Yes. I like this plan. I just need to not set myself on fire when I do that. And then this will work perfectly. Ow. I've really got to stop ignoring those wall traps. I've really got to stop. Say as I kleptomaniacally steal more torches. Huh. No, burning it didn't work. Not what I meant to do either. Boom. Uh-oh. Aha! I did it. I've learned how to excavate using explosives once again. I'm kind of shocked that that just happened to work out perfectly, if I'm honest. I really didn't figure that was going to do anything. But I'll take a success even if it's an accidental one. You know, I get the distinct impression the storm is chasing me. Because it started, like, here, right? But it's not spread evenly. It's just going straight across. It just doesn't want me to make it upward. Goddamn sentient red screen. Even if the storm spreads one more screen up, we can just go around it. Worth it. Today may end up being a bit short, though, I will say that, considering I've been up since like 7 in the morning, despite my intentions. And we all know I am not a morning person, and if I can help it. Ironically enough, the adventure I mentioned earlier actually served to give me energy rather than taking it. So that was good. No. No big bees. No. Bad. Refuse. I was just doing a dance while I wait. What's this? Discovered new superpower, Super Mushroom. Every time you run out of usable superpower ammo, swap your superpower with a different one. Huh. You know what? I'm interested. Give me the power of random. Tiny is with me. Small child, all you will get is flame. Perish. Well, now he might actually be selling something useful. Cool. Hello again, Explorer. What's the thesis? You popping off in the overworld? So lame. Forget about stinky old overworld. We have very important business to attend to. First on the agenda is Operation Save the Boat time. That's my favorite agenda. Chop chop. Shiny stones, please. Goddamn little nightmare. You have nothing I can buy. I was correct to burn you. Let us do this again. Still, I'm confused by the crabs flying away when they die. Like, everything else, I guess, gets knocked around, so I guess they kind of have to, but it just feels out of place for something attached to the ground to suddenly just fly across the screen. Even when it gets hit. I thought I was the little drone. I made mistakes. Really thought I shot early enough that it would go off before I got there. Ah, so that's my current randomly assigned superpower, is I can shoot laser beams. You know what? I'm here for it. That is definitely a superpower I can get behind. Laser beam. So I think, yeah, it seems like as long as I regenerate superpower ammo before I use it all up, we will actually continue to keep the laser power. These crabs remain the most confusing thing in this game, I think. Because one of them, as you saw there, didn't even die, he just kind of fell. For reasons. Okay, it's another one of these. Oh, I see. Right here. So I need to hit this one. Oh, no, that... I thought it was what order to hit them in. No, that's the one that's correct. I just need to match these. That's how that works. Okay. A lot of the same symbol in this. There we go. Diddle diddle dee. Choose one. Get a little bit of health. Get a thing or get another thing. We are at 1 hit point. Getting a little bit of health is probably the best idea I have here. But I could get mystery, which could be anything, even more health, except neither of these look like they'll be health, so let's just take the health. Remember that curve shot I said was going to be a problem? Yeah, it's currently being a problem. Ah, the laser doesn't go through walls, and we're dead. I can't help but notice that we're dying faster rather than slower. We're getting farther, but dying faster, because I'm trying to move through faster now. I knew trying to use that laser was going to get me in trouble, but I'm like, I'll figure it out. It'll be okay. I was wrong. Unsurprisingly, I was wrong. Why is there a question mark underneath where we started? There's been a question mark right next to where we started every time, but there's no obvious pathway to it. I do appreciate that you actually walk around when you land on the ground. Not on the platform for some reason, just when you're on, like, this. I don't know. It's weird. While you guys listen to him, I'm just gonna take care of something real quick. Okay. Just wanted to explain something before I forgot to do so. Otherwise, I absolutely would have forgotten to send that message out and it would have gotten complicated. I remain trying to be a good source of tutorial information for Blue Sky, both as a means to keep my name getting out there and make sure people that are new there actually understand how that site functions. Because I'd be lying if I said the reasoning behind that was purely altruistic, because let's be real. Very few things like that are purely altruistic. The primary intent is to help people, but there's the motivator of it gets my name noticed by the same people that I'm helping. And that may not sound the best put that way, but that's just the truth, so I ain't gonna hide it. So, am I imagining things, or did that shot from the crab kill the green fly? Because it certainly looked that way. But maybe I'm misunderstanding things I saw. I know I can't afford to feed you and your cows, so I'm just gonna leave. Not even gonna waste time talking to the farmer. I'm also not sure if the storm is based on a number of rooms I've gone through or time spent. It seems like it's rooms entered, but I'm not sure. It also doesn't seem like it takes into account unique rooms. I think it's just passing through doorways at all. Because we walked back into a room and it still made more storm the other time, which is when we got stuck with the storm. Hard to guarantee anything on that, of course, without further testing, but that's the current estimation of how that functions that I'm getting. I'm definitely enjoying this game. I think it'll end up picking up a lot more once we can actually get out of this initial area. Which, you know, obviously means I probably should be focusing on going upward instead of dithering around all over the place. So I guess let's do that. Let's turn around and actually go straight upward and see the new area. Because for all that I'm dying a lot, this is a little bit slower than I anticipated it to be. This is a bad position, though. Good lord. Also, this thing will not die. Guess who forgot to get a superpower from Pickles as well, now that I think about it. I just realized I didn't have a superpower. Not that it matters that much, because I was frequently forgetting to use one anyway, but just realized, like, oh, shot myself in the foot real good there, didn't I? Well. Actually, yeah, because if it's based on the rooms you entered, then the storm wouldn't have started while we were still in a room, I don't think. I was screwed on that one. Also, even without us getting into the new area, why were those last couple rooms just so nasty? Because those rooms were brutal, well, by comparison to a lot of the rooms we've been seeing. I wonder if it's literally just height. Like, it's not necessarily entirely area-based. It may just be each layer higher, it gets more dangerous. Not sure. Because we never saw that weird, like, flying eel thing till now, either. Questions, questions. The answers will be none, probably. Unlocks temporarily. I guess you get like one chance at it and then it's gone. That's probably the Encore run. Unless it's that one. Now there's 2 question marks underneath us. I wonder if there's like a bombable spot in this room or something, or I guess maybe it just curves around after a long fashion. The Dark Mountain can be a confusing world to navigate, eh? I used to keep a journal. Made note of anything that seemed important. That way I could refer back to it after I got stuck. You've been doing that, right, bud? Yes. Haha, that's great. Gee, you really are a pro, aren't you? Well, anytime you discover something important, it'll appear in the Unfolding Stories section of your journal. And if it's super duper important, it'll be highlighted in yellow. Check on it from time to time, who knows? You might discover some neat stuff. Now then, what can I do for you? Superpower? Thank you. We got shield generator again. Better than nothing, all things considered. I need to remember that I don't need to worry about chasing all of the money down. When everything dies, it all gets magnetized to me anyway. That should save us some time. Buddy, which we've had before. We've had the mustache. That's what made the buddy attacks burning. This is just the bullet version of it. I guess we'll try this. Sticky skin. When you touch an enemy, stun any enemies that are close by. After waking up, they can't be stunned again. Even for a short time. I figured it was something like that since the superpower that had this symbol was a stun. I did not anticipate it being a matter of you have to make contact with them for that. That's a little weird, but we'll make it work if at all possible. This would actually be a good time for the temporary invincibility because I could just activate the invincibility, slam into the enemies to stun them, and then open fire from there. And it would work itself out. That would be a fairly productive synergy between things. Not exactly super efficient, but it would be things working together. Wow, that shield worked out great, didn't it? I didn't realize I had to hold it for a while to generate that one. But then again, most superpowers have been a hold for a little while situation, aside from the stun, so I don't know why I thought any different there. Wishful thinking, probably. I tried to get through too early. I was trying to get through ahead of the trap recharging. That was a mistake. That was what was commonly referred to as a dumb idea. Crazy concept, I know. Me having bad ideas, that never happens. I didn't want to move because I didn't want to move into the trap's firing angle, and instead I got hit anyway. This room is the bane of my existence. There's so many traps in it. That, I think, is a new record for how quickly I've gotten myself killed. But in the end, that's probably not a bad thing, because that sticky skin probably isn't very helpful for me. And the shield generator just seems to block one hit and then it goes away. So it's not exactly the best. Let's go. Keep it up, bud. He'll be living the high life in the overworld soon enough. Hey, don't worry if you meet any naysayers, too. There's this cult that calls themselves the Guardians. They got pretty tetchy about anybody going to the overworld. Don't fret, though. They're just trying to spook you. Got no idea what they're talking about. Don't let those grumps spoil your dreams. Now then, what can I do for you? Well, we got the stun again. Okay. I'm gonna hope that it's just a matter of there's only so many starting superpowers he can give you, because we've already had a few repeats, so that's mildly concerning for the longevity of the options available. Multitasking when you're tired really is not the greatest of plans, but here I am doing it anyway, because that's how I do. I'm over here monitoring a couple social media spots, my email, and all that good stuff. All while trying to keep this rolling as best I can. Ooh, what's this? Discovered new upgrade. Increased immortality. The time spent immune after losing health is increased. Some more iframes. Okay, I can live with that. That seems actually somewhat productive considering. We have no money, so I'm not even gonna waste time talking to him. Huh. New upgrade, immortal bullet damage. When immune, your bullet damage is multiplied by the number of this upgrade plus 1. So right now we'd be doing, I think, double damage? Is number of that upgrade plus 1, so it'd technically be 2. And it's multiplied by the number of the upgrade plus 1, so it would, yeah, it would be times 2. Yeah. it's kind of weird. In a way, I expected this game to be faster than it is. Like, this actually goes at almost a leisurely pace compared to where I thought it was going to go looking at it. And that is not by any stretch of the imagination a complaint. Especially right now, that's probably a good thing. But boy, when things go wrong, a whole chain of things can go wrong at the same time. No point in floating the way over there because it's just gonna say, you don't have enough money. Go find a fire to jump in. Sad days are here. See, I could go back down, but like I said, we're gonna try to focus on going upward as much as possible now in the hopes of seeing new content. Since my survival rate lately is not ideal. I also need to remember that I don't need to approach enemies as they die, because I don't need to do that to pick up the gems. The gems will come to me after the fight's over. It's just a habit. From things like RoboQuest, where the gems will disappear rather quickly. Come on. Just go ahead and die. You have no hope of stopping me. There is an item. I want it. Might get shot in the face trying to get it. Discovered new upgrade. Super Dodge. Dodge can now be sustained for a short period of time by holding down the dodge button. Wow, that's a lot more than I expected out of that. Wee. Sucker. Bet you thought I was the one going into the spikes. Ow. You know what? I deserved that. That was instant karma for me being a smartass. The long dodge will be great if I get my hands on something like the body slam or the other one. The ghost dodge where you don't get hit while you're dodging. So you actually have iframes on your dodge. It would also be great if I actually had iframes to begin with, but that's the easier setting. Eyes, please. I need you to focus. This may be even shorter than I planned. I'm actually having trouble keeping my eyes open at this point. And I don't know why, because I didn't feel that tired for like a few minutes before I started, and even once we got this rolling, I didn't feel tired until like the last like 20 minutes. Just the day seems to have hit me like a goddamn brick to the side of the head. But again, I mostly blame the fact that I got up very early. For really no reason. Even joining people earlier was not so early that I needed to be up that early. Just body decided, you know what? Fuck you, 7 o'clock, wake up. Which is always a grand inconvenience, all things considered. Goddamn farmer again. No. Well, there's blessings and curses to both sides of that. If you sleep in late all the time, it's a whole thing as well. That's the thing. I was reasonably well balanced for a good long while, but this week apparently it's just decided to throw itself into a whole loop all over again for some reason. I had like nearly a month where I was sleeping starting at like midnight or 1 o'clock most nights, and I'd be waking up at like 9, which basically means I get 8 hours of sleep and it's fine, plus or minus waking up randomly in the middle of the night. But now it's gone back to sleep in even, you know, fall asleep later, get up earlier again. I'm like, I need more than this. Like, it'd be one thing if I had things I needed to do early, but I don't. It's completely pointless to have me waking up this early, and yet here we are. But that's how the body be sometimes. It's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you and what you want. For a second there, I thought I could just spin in place, so I tried to do it again and it just wouldn't even fire off at first. No, 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 no. Whatever red bug awful thing you are, no. Stop it. I refuse to be made a fool of. And I also refuse to be in contact with whatever you are. Die. Die, die, die. Goddamn bees. Stop it. Everybody just stop it. I'm genuinely, I think, the most concerned about the bees out of the enemies in this game, just because their firing timing is a little weird to me. Like, they expand like a pufferfish and then they fire. Problem is, they can expand like a pufferfish and then hold it for a while. And that's the timing that's throwing me off. Is because they basically sit there inflated, like, okay, I'm gonna do this at some point. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get you. Ha, I got you. That's basically how that attack goes. And I'm never that big a fan of those because I, for one, suck at timing those because I either over-anticipate it, so I go too early, or I get distracted the second they go to attack me. Either way, I'm in a bad spot. Ow. It also doesn't help that sometimes they don't seem like they're aiming the best, which is something that works out in their favor because I dodge to predict an accurate shot and then it's slightly off and I slam my face into it instead. Well, that was a screw job if I ever saw one. Not to say I didn't screw it up, but, you know. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about how that happened. Not that taking damage is usually a happy occasion for most people. I almost dodged back into that for some reason. Like that, yeah. Good job, me. Way to dodge into the back of a bullet and die. Good lord. Like, that was just a shameful display. Come on, brain. Shake it out. Focus. Focus. I want to at least make it to 2 hours rather than only like an hour and a half today. Come on. Keep it together. No brain be sleepy, but I want to actually, like, play for a bit and actually make it to the next part, potentially. Here's hoping. Your faith is appreciated. Phew, you'd think I'd be used to the storm by now, eh? But after all these nights, it still catches me off guard sometimes. Yeah, it's less deadly than I think either of us expected, but more interesting, so it's a win-win really there. You have to travel pretty high to escape the storm's effects, though, all the way to the sanctuary. That place stops the storm from reaching the overworld through some sort of magical barrier, all the way at the top of Hope's Peak. You know, maybe it's not so much that breaking the barrier is gonna make something bad happen to us. Maybe breaking the barrier is just gonna fuck the overworld. Imagine if the storm reached the overworld, though. That would certainly rough up the place. Now then, what can I do for you? Discovered new superpower, Storm Cannon. Hit enemies with a powerful blast that knocks them back and deals damage. That sounds like a winner to me. Yeah, I had a feeling Discord was starting to collapse in on itself. Remember, it bugged out on me the other day, and I was hearing from other people that both calls and servers were having some weird issues. So everybody that's here, be wary of that. Don't panic if something weird happens, because it's probably Discord, not you. I would hazard to say it's either some infrastructure issue at Discord, or the latest update is having long-reaching consequences of a less favorable sort. One of the two, most likely. It's not the first time we've had Discord kind of shit the bed a little bit, so hopefully it sorts itself out before too long. Every now and then any of these services are gonna have momentary issues. Just a matter of how long this particular issue is gonna last. And how bad the issue ends up getting. I probably won't notice it myself too much until tomorrow, because after we're done here today, I'm probably gonna go fall over somewhere here and ignore the world, unless I get a third wind today, because I'm pretty sure I'm already on my second wind of the day. Go. Let's go this way. I've not been keeping up with my tradition of stealing all of the torches. It's starting to come back to bite me a little. I wonder where these bullets we're firing come from. He seems to just be shooting them out of his hand. So maybe he's just taking part of himself and firing it off his bullets? I don't know. Weird. Pew, 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 pew. Go forth, me bullets. Show them the power of me. Yeah, that was a failed reflex test right there. I meant to roll away, and it's like, nope, you're gonna sit there and take that hit. And then you'll roll. Of course, you know, it was also a failed logic test, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put myself in this bad corner. And then I ran into spikes, because I'm just doing a great job here. Or now. Just doing the best job. I'm gonna wait for those to recharge. Get rid of them. Yeah, I was about to say, I was scanning the room for traps. Brain didn't see them, and nearly paid the price for that one. Nowhere is Stormy yet, and there is a heal that we forgot about, so let's go get that before I toy with breaking into where that turret is. Otherwise, that's gonna bite me in the ace. There we go. Because we can go up from where we're gonna be breaking that wall open, so it's probably fine. Even if things go horribly awry. Somehow. Burn. Oh, it's behind door number death. Answer, death. You want me to be honest? I don't know, you're right. We're just kind of floating around. We keep getting brought back from the dead, so maybe we are a ghost. Who knows? We're stuck in an eternal cycle of dying and being reborn, so... the spirit would be a valid option, especially since we're trying to get to the overworld from the underworld. I mean, true, yeah. The end of the cycle of death and rebirth. Plus or minus learning anything. Because I can honestly say I've learned very minimal things in this game so far. I've learned Storm bad, this thing upsets me, and bullets hurt, especially from traps that you're not paying attention to. In other words, mostly things I already either knew or weren't very useful information. The good news is traps hurt them too, as you see by him destroying himself on the vines. So that's good. I always appreciated when traps hurt everyone instead of just hurting the equal opportunity death. It would be nice if I could crush them with the doors, though. That would be fun. Let's just keep going upward. I could go hunting around for power-ups, but I feel like just going up is probably the call at the moment in order to see anything new. This Storm Blast has been actually quite useful, though, because it's got some really strong knockback. It really does. Whether a game is designed purely around having traps or not, traps that actually function well are still very good. Yeah. It's a very satisfying thing, especially when it's a trap that's not, like, designed from the ground up for you to use, but you find a way to make it work. Ow. There's a heal right there. I just need to grab it. There we go. Face the power by balloons. Which, that's a question. Maybe that's why when we run out of balloons we die, is this man might not be able to fly on his own, but he's like super light, so the balloons allow him free movement in the air. Maybe that's how that works. I feel like we're moving awfully fast for somebody who's purely beholden to balloons, but what do I know? There is infinite possibilities until we're told something, and then all the possibilities go out the window. Well, I hate this thing already. Just bouncing around, spewing death in every direction. Oh, great, now there's a lot more of them in a bigger room. I'm simultaneously happy and angry to be in this larger room. I forgot I didn't have the ability to pass through enemies for a second there. Which was just enough to take a bad bit of damage that we can ill afford at this stage of things. Literally having more than one hit point makes me needlessly reckless sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, I can take that hit. And now I'm back down to not being able to take a hit anymore. Well. Yeah, that's why I was on high alert for traps, because I knew there were going to be some around before too long, because it had been too long since we had traps in a room we were in. Please be something helpful. It's a bird. That is technically something helpful, and that is something more helpful. The heal. I need to sneeze, hang on. The benefits of a reasonably easy reached mute button. No one needs to hear me sneeze. Thus allowing me to continue to pretend I'm indestructible. Haha, no, that's a lie. That is absolutely a lie. Ow. See, I'm very destructible as I slam my face into an enemy. Well. Why am I going all the way this way back? Answer? I don't know. I started just kind of following a set of rooms and realized I was making an error. I also can't help but notice that we've traveled quite a distance without finding the entryway to the next section this time, when the area leading to that next section was very easy to get to the first time. Also, this is interesting. Notice that the storm isn't, like, filling in particularly. It's, again, kind of following us a bit. Weird. Sentient storm. I don't like it. In fact, this room pretty accurately depicts my feelings on the matter. Well, this room is awful. Just keep repelling the enemies away from me. As long as they're not near me, I should be okay. And then, you know, don't touch the spikes. The spikes are bad. Hey, I found the access to the other area. Stealing your torch. Ah, who turned out the lights? Oh, hello, Pumpkin. You're still being a good egg, yeah? Not doing any exploring, are we? Sorry for stealing the light. Oh no, not again. It's okay, I'm just terrified of the dark is all. No sleep for me now. I can't leave my post either to find a new light. Gotta stop them explorers from exploring, like you are now. I can just wait for the next storm to pass. There always gives me a shiny new light when the cycle begins. Yippee! The lazy old storm can be real slow sometimes, though. If you gave me torches, I could give you a little treat. So it's actually a good thing to have lots of torches. Other than being able to burn my enemies. Sure, have 5 of them. I'll find more. Very nice fiery things. I can get more sleeps now. Ooh, it actually gives a perk when you give him torches. Okay. Let's see what this does. Bullets will... Hang on. Spirit bullets, level 1. Bullets will travel through objects for a short period of time before destroying. Neat. I can shoot through walls now. That's actually going to be fantastic. Hello, little bat. Goodbye, little bat. Hello, many bats. This is upsetting. Oh god, they have rapid fire. I did not anticipate them just spraying bullets in my direction after the first one was kind of just there. Woof, that was not ideal. Get my ass kicked. I'm probably gonna do this one more run, especially if it lasts a little bit like the last one, and then we'll wrap up. Like I said, short stream today because I did a bunch earlier and woke up way too damn early. But at the very least, we'll have managed to play this for a bit, and honestly, this was well worth jumping into in a hurry. I will probably do something else tomorrow, because I was gifted a couple other things that I want to show off. Ah, Explorer, I was wondering when you'd show up. Hey, you look like you've been progressing on your journey, right? Ah, made it to the Forbidden Temple, I see. Ugh, that place always gives me the creeps. Well, I reckon congratulations are in order. Well done for you doing the thing. Now then, what can I do for you? Summon the spirit world. Summon a protective ring of spirits. The spirits deal damage on contact with enemies. Neat. Come forth, my legion of the damned. Well, the Legion of the Damned were reasonably effective, actually. Huh, who knew? They die on spikes, though, which is unfortunate for them. It's also unfortunate for me, because I no longer have that section of my shield, but, you know, at least it didn't hurt me. It just inconveniences me. I do like the visual effect of the ghost spinning around me, showing me that I'm building up the shield. This way I don't have to pay attention to the meter up there. Again, it's a case of lots of little touches. I know I say that a lot, but it remains true on a regular basis, which is why I say it so much. Is those are the key to things going well. It's not the grand sweeps of a lot of these things, it's the little parts coming together to make it worth it. Exactly, Tiny. It's really nice. Just like this guy is also really nice, but unfortunately very expensive, so goodbye, sir. I will not be seeing you again in this life. I mean, it's a lot nicer than I've been to the annoying child who I keep setting on fire every time I see him. He still hasn't died, but, you know, I can dream. That crab that I just killed flipped himself upside down and just kind of sat there. I would feel bad if I didn't think that I was just releasing him from his own stupidity. Speaking of an annoying child, hello and goodbye. Discovered new upgrade, Counter Shield. After taking damage, generate a shield that wears off after a short period of time. Recharging your superpower will extend the life of the shield. That seems incredibly useful. So you're saying I make a shield that makes me not die as much when I start dying. I'm only hearing positives here. I don't see any problems with this thought. I don't have enough to pay the statue. I will, however, take the torches again. Especially now that we know that we can turn those torches in for a purpose. So I have to go a long way back, apparently, considering this was just one long string of dead end. Do. Me and my ghost homies flying away. Do. Missing a couple boys, but that's okay. Missing a couple more, and that's less okay. Yeah, I was like, I can't get close to that without losing more of them. Oh well. For the purposes of profit, I am more than willing to sacrifice their unlives. Considering, you know, they're already ghosts. They don't exactly have anything left to lose at this point. They exist to serve me. And serve me they shall, mostly very briefly. There's the storm. 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 Torch. Wait. It sounds awfully close to something else, and I feel like that might be a problem. Anyway, free upgrade. Mushroom. Random passive. Increase the level of a random passive upgrade. If there are none available, gain a random passive upgrade instead. Thankfully, we already have one, so it has boosted the shield bearer. Neat. Whee! I will definitely be playing more of this, especially when I am more coherent and better able to play it without making a fool of myself getting shot by traps every 5 seconds. As much as that has probably been a great entertainment for everyone involved. I do like the knockback in this game as well. The knockback's been very satisfying. Even on the ghost barrier running into things, there's a good amount of knockback. Which adds a satisfying weight to everything I'm doing. Oh, threw that whole barrier charge away, pretty much, but that's fine. I've had worse ideas. The tracking on those shots is still very worrying. Both because of the fact that they are tracking shots to begin with, and that the fact that since these are in a very early area and they've got tracking shots, that implies to me that later on there's going to be enemies with faster tracking shots that track better than that, most likely. Because if they're establishing that as a concept they're okay with right at the beginning here, there's no reason for them not to be okay with it later, too. And okay with making it a lot more dangerous. Oh, I found a secret by accident, using my ghost friends. I slammed them into a wall, and out came loot. Remember, kids, if you want to find loot, slam your friends into walls. Maybe something will happen. Warning, the thing that may happen might be you getting slammed into a wall, too. Heal 1 HP, spirit bullets. That's just gonna make a stun effect on something. We're at full health, so we'll go ahead and take spirit bullets. The spirit bullets have been quite nice. And apparently we're just in full ghost build now. Everything is spooky. Oh boy. Speaking of spooky, everything about that was concerning. That was such a near tragedy. Good lord. The fact that this whole room is interconnected as far as the traps go is really impressive, but also horrifying. Let me tell you. It keeps getting me every time because all of the other traps go off. And I'm like, I can set these off in my own time, in my own way, and it'll be okay. Nope. All of them must go. Everywhere must die. Yes, that's exactly the appropriate response to this whole thing. Yes. Yes. What we got? Smelly belly. Leave a trail of toxic flammable gas behind you. Enemies will be poisoned. So it's the minion thing except on myself. Which is going to mean that throwing torches is going to be really dangerous now. Because I'm probably going to set myself on fire trying to throw them. I need to basically be moving forward when I go to throw one or I'm going to light myself on fire. Hey, stealing your torch again. Here, have 10 torches. Holding the hot sticks makes my brain warm. Increased fire rate when shooting. I Bang, 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 bang. Wow, that's actually an appreciable fire rate increase. I am pleased. Daka, 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 daka. This place is very dangerous. Also, the crabs have green bullets now, so I'm going to assume those are like poison shots or something. Equally upsetting. Or they just do more damage. Which, you know, files under the equally upsetting heading from before. And the spread shot they do when they die is concerning as well, but thankfully it always shoots up, so that's not so bad. Wow. Well, there's my shield. Little tardy to the party, but that's because I have to be hit, so that's expected. It's a good thing I can kind of stun lock these a bit, if they're far enough away anyway. Because they can't make forward progress when I'm hitting them, so they kind of just get stuck, unable to move forward enough to hit me. Remember when I said that fire was gonna be bad? Yeah. Fire bad. Oh, that moves. I hate it here. I understand now why this place is forbidden. This is the forbidden suck zone. Everything here sucks. I'm not the biggest fan of the death laser eyes either. Unless I can pick one up and bring it with me. Then I'm with it, but right now, not so much. I don't want to know what the mini birds do. They seem like they're gonna be problematic with the fact that they got a shot that charges up. Because they might be throwing themselves at me instead. Distinct lack of question marks to make my life better. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That really looked bad, but it wasn't so bad. And we now know how to do body slam. And we are not going in here. This room sucks. Goodbye. You know how I said everything here sucks? Yeah, that room especially sucks. It's full of spike traps and death and pain. That is a lot of bullets. I am uncomfortable with this. I would like you all to kindly stop. I'm gonna die trying to body slam something. I'm already calling that one now. That is not much of a prediction nor much of a bet, but I'm pointing it out now. Oh, I can stop the laser eyes temporarily. Good to know. And my suspicion that the small bats will throw themselves at me has proven true. Oh, you know, this is what I needed, a bomb. Yes, that's going to keep me from dying. I'm totally not going to blow myself up with that at some point. Oh, I got the demon away from me only to die to a goddamn bee again. Ah, well. We at least made it a pretty good distance. This does seem like if you can get a good run, the game will actually be quite short. As they only mentioned the area we started in, the Forbidden Temple, Hope's Peak, and then the Sanctuary. So that's, in theory, only 4 areas. But the game is so quick to kill you that it kind of makes it make sense as far as that goes. But I'm also starting to feel a little bit of a grind on my throat, so we're definitely stopping here before I overdo it and then can't function tomorrow. No sense overdoing it and all that. Absolutely, and thank you for providing the copy of the game to make this happen. Thank you for the bits, Tiny. Reminder to everyone, 300 bits and up, apparently Twitch will also chuck in extra to the streamer you're giving the bits to. Which also may get confusing for those who have bit alerts, because it will trigger secondary alerts that way. Yeah, you and me both, Tiny. Falling apart. Blech. Still a lot of people doing Lethal Company. But I've kind of had my fill of that for the day, so what else we got? So that may still end up being what we go to, because there's a lot of it. Just gotta make a decision, which I'm always bad at, as far as this goes, because I got too many choices. I'm not seeing anybody doing like, oh yeah, they're doing a birthday stream, so it's easy for me to just be like, yes, I'm going there. Because that's easy. Yeah, you know what? We had fun when we went to see Jackie before, so we'll go back over there again. Oh, they're actually just starting as well, so that works out in a different way as well. Helps give them a good start to their stream. So, thank you all for taking the time to be here, even though this was just a short hop into the game for the day. Like I said, I'll be doing something else new tomorrow. I will decide between the two things that I got today. Was it today? Might have been last night. Time is losing meaning. Point being, I will make a decision between those two, and that'll be what happens tomorrow. If there was more time before tomorrow, I would throw up a poll or something for you guys to pick what you want to see, but it's mostly going to be a matter of I'm going to test one of them. If it doesn't work properly, we would then be doing the other one. So, we'll see how that plays out. If it goes well, one of them will most likely be something we play for a while. But that's what these tests are for. So, with all of that said, I forgot to start the raid timer because I'm a genius. Tired brain is definitely not on my side right now, but that's not a shock. It rarely is on my side even when I'm fully awake. With all that said, I will see you all tomorrow. Be good to Jackie. She's good people. She's going to be doing some Suika game as a competition with someone, which sounded interesting when I saw that mentioned on Blue Sky. So that should be fun for people to watch, even though it's a kind of slow game. Panic over competition can sometimes take something slow and make it more interesting. Yeah, that's Saturday we already talked about. Monday will be dependent on how tomorrow works out, basically. And at some point soon, I need to play a couple things for you guys that I got keys for from Lurkit that I keep forgetting to do. So that'll also be coming up soon. That'll be Voodolls, and I forget the title of the other one. So you can look forward to that as well. But until then, have a good one, good night, And thank you all for your time again. Bye.